Young students, in our last lecture, we discussed about uniform motion, motion in which velocity is constant. We derived one equation S is equal to V t for uniform motion. Today, we will discuss non-uniform motion, motion in which velocity is variable, non-uniform velocity, variable velocity. This kind of motion is also known as variable motion or accelerated motion. Today, we will start with comparison of the two motions. Uniform motion, non-uniform motion. Variable motion, or accelerated motion. This kind of motion, uniform motion, is defined by constant velocity. Velocity v is constant. Non-uniform motion, velocity v is not constant. In this kind of motion, equation of motion is S is equal to u t. This is equation of uniform motion. In non-uniform motion, equations of motion, we have, instead of one equation of motion, we have equations of motion. V is equal to u plus a t, S is equal to u t plus half a t square, V square is equal to u square plus 2 a s, S nth is equal to u plus a by 2 into 2 n minus 1. In this kind of uniform motion, velocity is constant. In non-uniform motion, velocity is not constant. This kind of motion is also known as accelerated motion. We will define acceleration. In this case, acceleration a is constant. In uniform motion, velocity is constant. In non-uniform motion, acceleration is constant. So, these are the equations of motion for non-uniform motion, and this equation for uniform motion is only a special case of these equations. Now, we start with the fundamental quantity for accelerated motion, acceleration. We define acceleration is defined as it is the rate of change of velocity. In our last lecture, we saw to it that velocity is a vector A vector is a quantity that is associated with not only magnitude, but direction also. So, when we say velocity is changing, then velocity, variable velocity can be variable velocity is changing velocity. Now, what kind of changes can be there? Velocity can change in magnitude, it can change in direction, or both of them can be changing. Both magnitude and direction are changing. That is, motion is accelerated motion if magnitude of the velocity is changing. We say we are moving in the same direction, velocity was v, now it is 2v, then it becomes 3v, velocity is changing. It can be initially 3v, it is reduced to 2v, then to v, velocity is changing. If we have a circular motion at all the points, magnitude of the velocity or speed is v, say. So, speed is constant because magnitude is speed is magnitude of velocity at a point, but velocity is changing. So, all these cases are the cases where motion is non-uniform or acceleration is taking place. Now, when we have defined acceleration, acceleration is the time rate of change of velocity. Velocity can be changing in magnitude, in direction, or both of them can be changing. And mathematically, acceleration is equal to change in velocity over time taken. Now, change in velocity we know we measured in units of meters per second, time is in second. So, units of acceleration are meter per second square or meter s minus 2. Acceleration is change in velocity. Change in velocity is a vector. Acceleration A is change in velocity a vector divided by a scalar. So, acceleration is also a vector. Units of acceleration we have already seen, it could be meters per second square, centimeter per second square, or kilometer per hour square. Now, if we are studying motion in a straight line, we are studying a motion in a straight line. Initially, body is at O, at time t, it is having a velocity v 0, at time t dash or times t1 and t2, velocity is having a particle is having a velocity v. Then acceleration A is equal to change in velocity, over time taken. Change in velocity is final velocity minus initial velocity divided by time taken. So, we have final velocity is v, initial velocity is u, time taken is t2 minus t1. So, we have delta v over delta time, delta t. Now, if acceleration A is constant, we are considering a motion in which A is constant. In this kind of motion, here we had v naught, v 0. Now, v from this equation, v minus v 0 is equal to A t 2 minus t 1, or v is equal to v naught plus A t 2 minus t 1. Now, if we compare this equation, v is equal to A t 2 minus t 1 plus v naught with the equation of a straight line m x plus c. T 2 minus T 1 is the variable, we can take it, time variable is, let us say, t, independent variable in this equation is x, in this equation it is t. Here dependent variable is y, dependent variable is v. So, if we plot a graph, this equation y is equal to mc mx plus c is the equation of a straight line, So, if we plot a graph between x and y, x as independent variable, y as dependent variable, then we will have the graph as a straight line. Now, let us take v is equal to a t plus v naught. We take this equation, time as independent variable and v velocity as dependent variable. V naught at t is equal to 0, velocity v is equal to v 0. Now, this graph will be a straight line. This graph v is equal to v 0 plus a t is a straight line. Now, from this equation, if we have t 1 at time t1 we have velocity as v1, at time t2 velocity is v2, then and this angle is theta, then v tan theta is equal to tan theta, tangent theta is equal to v2 minus v1 perpendicular over t2 minus t1, v2 minus v1 or t2 minus t1. This is tan theta is slope of velocity time graph. So, velocity slope of velocity time graph is v2 minus v1 over t2 minus t1, and what is this? Delta v over delta t is equal to acceleration. So, this is equal to acceleration. We from here we get this result, acceleration is equal to slope of v t graph or diagram. So, if we know we are given a v t diagram, we can find the acceleration from the graph. So, we have another equation that we have derived is v is equal to v naught plus a t. In general, v naught is written as u. So, we have this equation, the relationship between final velocity, initial velocity, acceleration a and time. If we know any three of them, we can find the fourth one. Now, we have we will prove the equation S is equal to u t plus half a t square. We define acceleration a as the rate of change of velocity v2 minus v1 divided by t2 minus t1. v2 minus v1 is equal to a t2 minus t1 . Average velocity v average is defined as the total displacement divided by total time taken. This velocity is the average of the initial velocity v naught and the final velocity v. So, v naught plus v over 2. Now, we have this equation x 2 minus x 1 is equal to v plus v naught plus v over 2 into t 2 minus t 1. In the last article, we derived this equation v is equal to v 0 plus a t 2 minus t 1. We had taken t 2 minus t 1 as t. So, if we substitute the value of v here, what we get is x 2 minus x 1 is equal to v 0 plus v 0 plus a t 1 t 2 minus t 1 over 2 into t 2 minus t 1. So, we have 2 v 0 divided by 2. So, v 0 plus half a t 2 minus t 1 into t 2 minus t 1. So, this is equal to v 0 into t 2 minus t 1 plus half a t 2 minus t 1 whole square. Now, if we write x 2 minus x 1 is the displacement, if we take this as S, we can write S is equal to V naught into T 2 minus T 1 we take as T. So, this becomes half a t square. So, we get S is equal to, now we define v 0 as initial velocity u. So, this equation becomes u t plus half a t square. So, this is our second equation. This equation is the equation of any accelerated motion. This can be used for a body freely falling. For a freely falling body, u is equal to 0, acceleration is equal to acceleration due to gravity, acceleration with which earth attracts a body. This acceleration is directed always towards the center of earth. So, we have, supposing we have a body at a height h, we can write this equation as h is equal to 0 plus half g t square. Now, instead of freely falling body, if the body is thrown with a velocity, initial velocity, let us say u, initial velocity is u downwards, then both acceleration u and acceleration are in the same direction. So, we can take u and a both positive. So, we can write u t plus half g t square. Now, if the body is thrown upwards, for a body thrown upwards, u is, say, initial velocity is u upwards, we take this as positive u, acceleration a is equal to g downwards. So, the sign taken is minus g, this is minus 9.8 meter per second square. So, at the height up to which it will reach, we will find is equal to u t minus half g t square. So, this is the second equation of non-uniform motion. We end our today's lecture with this equation. In the next lecture, we will be carrying on with the other equations of non-uniform motion.